Hello everybody, welcome back to Melissa Loves Orchids. My name is Melissa. I love orchids, and in case you're new here, I care for my orchids here on my patio. I also have a pergola right over there, and right behind, you can see it from here, not the best looking greenhouse, but someone had asked me, how many orchids do you have now? That's up in the air. I don't know exactly how many orchids I have. I remember counting the last time, and it was, I think the number was something like 879, and that was like maybe 6 months ago, something like that. So the number is getting up there, which it's making me hold back a little bit, even though I say all that. Ironically, this is a haul video. So even though in my mind I know that I need to scale it back, because I simply, if you have that many orchids, you need time to care for them, and what I want to do is provide the best care that I can. So we went to the Fairchild Botanical Gardens Orchid Show. They have two. One of them is in October, which is the smaller one, and this is the one that's the bigger one, and it's in the beautiful Fairchild Botanical Gardens. It is just like you're walking in a beautiful forest of, you're in the rainforest, and then there's like the cactus. My aggregatum is in bloom. No, it's in spike. Squirrel. Okay, I will show you that later. That's so exciting because I didn't. Anyway, focus. So it's they have a beautiful rainforest. We did not get to go in. Well, actually, we were pretty much in the rainforest the whole time. So the weather for Saturday was hot, but there was sunshine, and I think there was a little tiny shower, and then there was sunshine. The forecast for Sunday basically was for the die-hard orchid crazy people, which we were a part of that group. It was raining as we walked in. So when I was sitting in my car waiting for my friends, I saw that it was kind of looking nice. I said, wow, this might turn out to be a nice day after all. No, it's the kind of day. We were prepared though. I had my poncho on. I had my rain boots that went all the way up to my knees. I looked like I was totally incognito, which was kind of interesting because people didn't recognize me until I said, hey, it's me. So we didn't plan on staying long if the weather was going to be like that, but somehow we ended up staying from opening, which was 10 to, was it 3? So I don't know how we managed all those hours in the rain. I'm surprised, we're not sick and in bed. But anyways, I didn't get that many things. I'm scaling it back, but I got beautiful things, and you have to see this. So the first thing, let's see, where do I start? I'm going to start at Backyard Blooms. So from Backyard Blooms, I got a cutting. So what I like about them is that they have mounted orchids. They have orchids on in their pots. They have a bunch of different ways that you can buy orchids from them, but they also have bare root divisions, and I've had good experience with bare root divisions. I know a lot of people are like, oh my gosh, the roots. Well, I've had, look at this new growth right here. Okay, this is a pretty good size plant. This is what they have for $25. So for $25, this is a good deal. And I didn't have this one. So this is LC Puppy Love True Beauty. So I'm excited for this. Now I do not have any more, or do I have a mount left? Yeah, I think I have a mount left, but I cleaned up and I moved it all from the patio and I put it all on my, so I think I'm gonna mount this one. The flower is still beautiful. Of course, I'm gonna insert it here so you can take a look to see why I fell in love with this Puppy Love. It's a pretty popular hybrid, and I think a lot of people I know have Puppy Love, so I'm like, I need Puppy Love. So thank you, Backyard Blooms. I can't wait. I'm excited. The flower is gorgeous. All right, where do I go next? I'm gonna leave the best for last. There's two that I'm like, they're like best-ish. But anyways, by the way, here in Miami, it has taken a turn for the heat. It feels like summer, and it's gonna be spring soon, but it feels like summer. So when I first looked at the temperature when I got in my car after work, it was 94. Now it's showing 88, but it feels like 94. So anyways, I only have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so let's go for this one. This one I got from one of my favorites. And I am so crazy because I think I have her. And I think I have her from the same vendor. So I'm very excited. This is from Miss Vicki. Vicki is one of, my favorites. She's always so welcoming, so nice. She has good quality plants and a big variety, different ways. She has some in pots. She has some in clay pots hanging. This is like a grab and go. So if you look carefully, I believe I have her, but she's a little different. The one I have doesn't have stripes. The one I have has spots, and her name is Mary Dodson. And when I Googled her, when I put her in the AI, they said that this was a Mary Dodson as well. So, it has Brassavola. It's a big plant. It is established. I believe she was like $45 or $35, something like that. But I don't want to let the cat out of the bag. But we have something coming that Miss Vicki is working on, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited for her. But I'll be letting you know soon if you live in our area. I'll be letting you know soon about good things happening with Vicki. That's all I'm gonna say. 'Cause I don't tell secrets, even though they're really good ones. All right, take a look. Isn't that gorgeous? I just loved it, just like this. And she has it in bark, leca, charcoal, and perlite. So that's her mix in there. And it seems to be doing very well. And it looks like from all the spent spikes, it looks like it has bloomed a lot. It has new growth, so I couldn't complain. This is exactly what I think a lot of people go for, The potted ones, yeah, but when you find something like this that's easy, you need me? Second. 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. Children are calling. Children. So every time they're hungry, they need me. Yes? As soon as I finish, okay?
And how much minutes?
5. Okay, we're back, and I gotta make this quick because we have things to do. I also have to water, and it's getting hotter and hotter by the second. What time is it? It's like 4:30 after school. So anyways, this is from Vicki. Good things coming from Vicki. I love it. Thank you, Vicki. And very nice. What else? Okay, let me go to the next one. So we did 2. I only got 5. Don't be shocked. I only have 5. I just don't have room. Well, I can't say I don't have room, but I don't. You need time. You need time to take care of these orchids, and you can't do it if you just don't have the time. And what's funny is that a lot of orchid collectors are retired, and not moms with 2 jobs and doing YouTube at the same time. Did I say YouTube collectors? I think I said YouTube collectors. I am crazy. All right, let me move this on. So then I went to my other favorites. Reina raises these woolly mammoth orchids that are absolutely gorgeous and super healthy. And it's just like, I have honestly not seen many places where you have, look at this. What is this? I'm gonna get down to the bottom of it. I'm gonna ask Reina, I don't know if she's watching, maybe she will. I'm gonna ask Reina to do a collab with me, and maybe we can learn how she does all this, because I need to know. I need to know how she has 3 humongous new growths at a time. 3 really big new growths at a time. I need to know, and you guys need to know too. So this is actually RLC. And by the way, this is the company, J&J Plants Corporation, and there's her number. And this is RLC Shang Ding Red Dragon. And I know you're gonna say, what? Red? That's unlike you. Red, you always have. But you know, I'm thinking mostly everything I have is pink. Everything I have is pink and lavender and fuchsia. So I said, I'm gonna get something different. And the flower of this, I'll insert it. You'll see it is just spectacular. It is reminiscent of my Heaven's Gate that is gonna make it. Even though she's feisty, she's gonna make it. But I thought I needed something a little bit different to add to my collection. I needed all this health. But yeah, this is gonna be a beautiful red color, wine red color, dark. You can see by the new growths how dark. That's a sign, by the way. That's a sign of, look at the pseudobulbs. How big is this? Look at this. This is insane. So I'm gonna try to do things a little differently because I purchased quite a few from J&J, from Reina, and I bring them here and I shock them to death. I shock them to death and I put them in a clay pot and I take away their moss now. So I've got to learn how to transition them in a way that is easier for them. So I'm still waiting on a beautiful sea breeze to bloom, and I believe that she's so mad at me because gecko, I know. Stay there. Oh, come on. Sorry. If something falls on my head, I shall run away and scream. And you know what it was. That was pretty big. Anyways, I forgot. My train of thought went ching. I'm gonna try to transition her in a better. Oh, I have a sea breeze. I have a sea breeze from Reina, and she looks so beautiful. She looked like this, and then I put her in my clay bowl, and I added a couple lava rock, and I did my normal setup, and it freaked out. I mean, it didn't freak out. It just went like this. I mean, it's completely. These are vertical now, and that's how I got her. And then the other one just went. Every suitable decided to just lay down because I don't know what they were thinking, but I'm gonna try to treat this a little differently, and we're gonna watch it through, and it's gonna be awesome. But yeah, this is beautiful. Are we in the last one? Almost. Semi. So this one, I don't know. I went over there and I sat next to my Novelty phals and my other ones that are Peloric, but not exactly Novelty. They're something else, but they're fragrant phals. And I just said, what am I doing not paying attention to how beautiful these are and how easy they are for me to take care of? I have them in my little bowls. They're doing great. And then I went to Curlsmith. Oh, I went to Curl. I thought it was right. I went to Curlsmith and I saw the wall of the novelties. And first of all, I got an idea that I want to do a novelty phal versus complex carbohydrates. Why do I always say that? Complex hybrids. I want to do a little comparison video to talk about, the different ways that, how they differ and how they're the same and blah, blah, blah. So now you know what I'm getting at. Okay, this scent is magical. I could do this all day. If you don't have a novelty phal in your collection, run. If you see KS, Curlsmith, at any show, they have fabulous ones. If you don't live close and you cannot attend the shows, by the way, that's what we're talking about. A simple $35. Sometimes I've even seen them for $25. But look at those gorgeous shiny leaves. So one of the differences is that these have lighter leaves and they're shinier. Look how pretty. But let me not give away what I was researching to do the other video. We're going to talk about what's the same and what's different. And one of the things that just makes this crazy gorgeous is the scent. Now this one is called, it's a cross, Fal KS Blue Ludi, like Ludmaniana. Number 2, Shining Blue, crossed with Fal Main Show Magic number 1 Blue. So there you have the tag. Smells delicious. 4 flowers, which normally, sometimes you get these with 1 flower or 2. So I saw that it had 4. The scent is phenomenal. Now I can take this off. And she comes like this. So I just did this so she wouldn't tip over. But I definitely am going to move her to either maybe this one, could be, or maybe my bowl pots that I like to have. And I know my hair is going wackadoodle. Ignore it. I got no time to fix it. Look at that. Last but not least, last but best, and it's also from Carl Smith. And this one, I saw it on the website. I saw it at a show, possibly last year. I think I could have seen it at Tamiami. I'm not quite sure, but I fell in love. And then, you know, in Tamiami, I said, I gotta get a good video. I gotta try to get to all the vendors. And I came back and there was none. But I saw it online, and then I went online and they didn't have it. And I don't know what happened. And then when I saw this and I saw she was by herself, I told, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting names. Oh my God, my favorite. It's not Jaden. Oh my God. It'll come to me. I'm having a situation. I told him, I said, hello, what is that over there? I must have that. Guys, is this not the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? Is this not absolutely gorgeous? Hayden. I knew it was coming. Hayden. Oh my gosh. I told Hayden, I go, Hayden, oh my God, I need that for me. And just as I was saying that, someone else was gravitating towards it. And I was like, Hayden, go get it. You know, and I was acting kind of frantic. So, oh my God, and it's raining and the poncho is going, and my cart, I lost it 2 tenths ago. Every time I go to Fairchild, for some reason, my little aqua cart gets lost, or I leave it. It doesn't get lost. I leave it other places. Never has anyone stolen anything from me or anything like that, but I need to be more careful. I had my poncho on, my purse underneath the poncho, my phone with the contraption to like film steadily. What else? I don't know what else I had in my hand, but I had not my cart. I left my cart. You know, if it wasn't for my friends, I have to thank my friends, because every now and then Nelson picks it up. It's like, your cart. Or Laz was helping me with it, or Udair was like helping me a lot with it, and I was like, oh my God, my cart. I need to attach it. Maybe I can attach it to the waist or something. But anyway, this is called Apopka Splendor, RLC Apopka Splendor, and this is the epitome of what I consider to be a perfect plant. It's perfect. And I am so surprised that the flower has lasted, because once you see the snippets of video that I was able to produce, and by snippets I mean there was no way I can cover every vendor. It was impossible. There was a point where I gave up. Nelson was a trooper. He kept on going, and I was like, I gotta eat, I gotta sit, I can't handle it. I got a little bit like, I'm all wet, my shoes, my boots, but I could not get all the vendors for you. I will next time. I could not. It was so difficult. This was one of the hardest to, I mean, you're walking around and there is like inches of mud, water spraying you in the face. I had to cover my camera. I was filming, I had to cover the camera, which is my phone. So it was hard. It was hard, guys. But honestly, I'm so happy I came home with this. The experience was great. We always have a good time no matter what, rain or shine. We're not going to be held back from attending our shenanigans. So it was a great time, and I want you guys to vote and tell me what was your favorite. Puppy Love, maybe Mary Dotson, the Brassavola, from Reina, Shang Ding Red Dragon. I mean, look at the sheer size of this thing. And she sells them for like $45, $50. Look at that. The beautiful Novelty Fowl. And a Papka Splendor, which is just like... Oh, I didn't sense... Okay, so sometimes you smell it and you're like, no, it doesn't smell. And sometimes you smell it and you're like, okay, you smell, not right now, but I know that you do. And it's a good fragrance. So it's like the typical Cattleya. Oh my gosh, what's happening here? So that's it for me today. Thank you guys for joining me. I hope you guys go to the next show, which is going to be, well, Ophies is going to have a next show next weekend. And they're going to have our local favorites. So if you're in town, go to Ophies next weekend. And hopefully I can get this out on time. I'm going to have to start doing videos like pancakes because I still have one that I went to my friend's house and we mounted some orchids on trees. So I want you to see that. It's really short. So just to show you, if you guys are newbies at this, it's super easy to do. And then I have the actual footage of the show, which contains a lot of the exhibits, not a lot of the vendors, maybe like 3 or 4 vendors, maybe 4 or 5 or 6. I don't know. It's still a big blur. But it was kind of funny because we got rained on, but the exhibits were beautiful, not to be missed. Those were indoors, so we had to take refuge in the center there and just look at all the prize winners, the AOS judged orchids, and the exhibits and all that. If you're in town, I know this video is not going to come out in 2 days, maybe, well, who knows. But we have our South Florida Orchid Society. If you are close by, join our society. I think you'll love it. We have a good speaker on this Wednesday, March 18th, and his name is Olivier from Florida Orchid House. He has a YouTube channel, and he very quickly and very concisely tells you all you need to know. He doesn't do like bloom shows. He'll just go specifically and do this orchid, and he tells you the culture that he gives it and how he gets it to bloom and all that stuff. So my back is burning. It literally is on fire. I think my shoulders are burning. That's Miami weather. So I'll let you go. I'll show you my aggregatum really quick, because you guys need to make time for things you love. And look, yay! Soon you're gonna see blooms. This is my Lindii, formerly known as Dendrobium aggregatum. I got this from Moats. And it has 2 spikes. So exciting. Those are the beautiful yellow flowers. If you know, you know. Another one that's really beautiful that I got from Pam and Orchids in Bloom is palpebrae. So I'll probably insert a picture because the Dendrobium palpebrae is a species, and I did not think I was skilled enough to make it bloom, and it has bloomed twice in 1 year, and the year before it also bloomed twice. So I'm really excited. Blooms don't last that long, but still they're so beautiful that you forgive them. So I'll leave it here. Please tell me which one was your favorite. Tell me which one was your favorite. If you have any video ideas, I think you're gonna like the 2 kinds of fowl video. And don't forget to go to the Rainbow Show. That's coming up the following weekend. We have shows everywhere, all the time. And a pop quiz coming up. So I'll see you next time. Make time for things you love. Bye, guys.